And now, a little bigger, better, more.
We're hitting things from every single angle, right? To see where you're at, where you're not, all of that. So, but that's what happens. They're just going to keep fortifying you
Yeah.
and getting you to know. But it's funny because it's like they needed you to positively frame what's happening with you, because it's kind of like, I'm leaving everything I know and I don't know what I'm doing and I don't
Yeah.
know if it's going to work out, but I'm doing it anyway because I can't not do it. And it's like, yeah, it could be framed a
Uh-huh.
little bit better than that. We could say, yes, breaking free onto the bigger adventure, onto the more and, the bigger, better, more that we desire. So it's opening it all up.
Oh, it's really cool. I do like the reframing a lot, and it's so appropriate with what we're talking about in
Well,
general too.
and it is that that's evolving your stance, right? It's not even involving
Right.
it's so funny how much stuff gets taken care of when we reposition it or, shift our perspective on it, because you didn't have to change your life at all. You just need to look at, have the opportunity to say, oh, this is how this is working out, and this is what this is trying to show me, and this is what's happening. And in that, it gets to be all of that information instead of, uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Gosh, don't we go there a lot? It's
Right.
like, as not like us personally, but like as humans, we go to, oh, I did something wrong, and it's like, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we're not doing stuff wrong constantly.
Or at least as much as we think we are. Well, in the
Right,
thinking of it.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and it is it's what we're trying to evolve from. And they're saying we can talk about this way, but some people have no consciousness about their lives at all, and they think the way it is the way it is, and they're living as such. But that's the opportunity in growth, is to stop looking at the what is as the only way. And is it the way you want it to be? Because that's the thing that's weird for me. Like, people are very adherent to ways that don't work for them, and I don't understand that very much. So,
Right.
I mean, I do
Right. Like,
in the
well,
way
I guess
that,
I'm doing this now. Yeah.
well, in the way that you have to condition yourself to the world to survive, because whoever raises you, whatever circumstance you're in, imprints how you need to navigate and negotiate the world to get through it. But like, we're through it, right? And that's the problem. We get stuck in those old perspectives that aren't really accurate, Or the what the tragedy is for me? It's not tragedy. This I'm being dramatic, but they're saying, say the reality. It makes it sound more absolute. Um, the reality is most of the world that's having a hard time right now, um, like philosophically, spiritually, energetically, it's because of
Hmm.
misunderstandings. You know, it's little as misunderstandings.
Right.
Right? As a child, you say, if I'm unlovable, then screw the world, right? Or then I'm out for my own, or I'm going to prove it, or whatever that is. But it ends up being damaging and detrimental to other people. Well, to the person itself, but also to other people.
Hmm.
And it's like, that's a fundamental misunderstanding, but we all have those because of the mundane world. We have less than knowings of ourselves that aren't are thinking knowings and not feeling knowings, because they're not real. Like, there's a more empirical beingness that we're leaning into, and once you're like leaned into that fully, then all the little places that separate us, divide us, have us judge each other, they disappear, because it's like, oh yeah, we're all doing our thing, great, yay. This is the problem I keep seeing with, people. I want to say people acting badly, um, is that they're really doing it against themselves. It's really such an
Oh, totally.
ego thing. Well, and the ego thing is they're trying to prove something that wasn't true in the first place, and by trying to prove it, you keep it in lock, right? Like you keep it locked in there. Like I
Well,
keep having to prove myself because I'm not enough. But then the not enough gets stuck in there. It doesn't go away because you prove it. It actually gets more amplified because the more you prove it, the more you realize there's people out ahead of you, or that you still, you know what I mean? It's like you can't build success on top of not enough. You can have success on top of not enough, but you might not feel it that way because there's always some not enough stuck in there. You got to get rid of the not enough part. We're moving
yeah.
into the place of personal fulfillment of what's possible for us instead of comparative fulfillment against what you think you're supposed to do or who you think you're supposed to be or where you think you're supposed to be. Like all of that gets to go away and you get to be free to actually fulfill on what works for you. And that might be sticking your fishing pole, on the shore and surviving like that, or that might be building multi-million-dollar complexes. I don't know. Like it could, like that's where you have to get to you to discover what that is. If you take the imprint of what somebody else thought you should be, it becomes the trying to be something. And it's like there's no trying to be something. You are who you are. There's an aligning with that. That's helpful. It's helpful for you to actually be who you are.
And alignment.
Yeah.